I want to thank the President of the Human Rights Council for this opportunity to address you today. I wish I could be there with you in person for the first Geneva celebration of the International Day of Women in Diplomacy. Women play an increasingly prominent role in what we call International Geneva, one of the world's most important hubs for diplomacy, including tech diplomacy. Today, nearly half of the UN entities in Geneva are led by women, with several new women leaders since the beginning of the decade, from the WMO to IOM, WTO, UNCTAD, UNAIDS, ITC, and my organization, the ITU. We can all see and feel the progress that this makes. I remember the early days of my career when being a woman in charge felt very lonely, when I felt sidelined at times or couldn't get my voice heard. But times are changing, including in the tech world. Last year, a woman chaired the ITU Radio Communication Assembly for the first time in our history, leading debates on some of the most critical technologies of our times. This example is an inspiration for women in diplomacy everywhere. We can't afford to slow down our efforts towards gender equality, not when less than a quarter of all ministers of information and communication technologies are women, not when women hold just 1 in 8 C-suite roles in STEM, and not when women account for 20% of AI workers globally. Let's not forget that women still account for a disproportionate and growing share of the global offline population. But these statistics are the hopes, aspirations, and rights of women and the future of our digital world. When the UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, came to the ITU just over a week ago, I reminded him that during one of his predecessor's visits 71 years earlier, only 2 women were present in the audience. The speaker had addressed the room with a simple but telling UN Secretary General, gentlemen. It's a reminder of how far we've come and how far we still have to go. The recent 2024 Global Gender Gap Report by WEF found that the anticipated year for closing the gender gap is 2158, 134 years from now. Almost 3 decades after the Beijing Declaration and Platform set an internationally agreed target to balance political participation and power sharing between women and men, it means we're still 5 generations out from full gender equality. It's time for action. It's time for change. And it's time to celebrate those women who came before us and all those who day in and day out forge diplomatic solutions for our most pressing global challenges, including digital challenges here in Geneva and beyond. Thank you.